Welcome to the Road of Life podcast, the show for married entrepreneurs who want to build a thriving marriage and a thriving business.
We're your hosts, Meredith and Craig, marriage coaches and entrepreneurs ourselves. We know firsthand that your business will only grow as strong as your marriage does.
On this podcast, we share real stories, practical tools, and honest conversations to help you strengthen your relationship, fuel your business, and build a life you love together. Let's dive in. On this week's episode, we've got a couple of badass entrepreneurs.
Anthony and Bre Goldner, Infinite Gold, hosts of the Infinite Gold Life podcast.
And the Infinite Gold Mastermind in Southern California. They are going to share all kinds of gold with you about how to run a business and keep your marriage on the rails at the same time.
They're some of the best burnout coaches on planet Earth. Let's give it up for Anthony and Bre Goldner. Welcome to the show, Anthony and Bre Goldner, Infinite Gold.
Super excited you're here.
Thanks for having us. We're super stoked to be here.
Can you guys introduce yourselves for the listeners? Who are you? How did you meet? How did you get together? What brought you into business together?
Your origin story.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start. Well, we were actually calculating this not too long ago. We're like, oh, wow, we actually met way longer before the time that we actually started dating. But we met probably in about 2015, and didn't start dating until the beginning of January 2016. So now we've been together almost 10 years. And married for 5. We just had our 5-year anniversary. And we met in a country bar, line dancing and all. And he was like, that one. You're coming home with me.
Can't confirm.
Basically what happened. I sold him on the dance moves. So
No doubt.
Yeah. So
Did he have that kick-ass mustache back then?
no, he did not.
Baby face.
He did not. And it actually took me a while to really love the stash. But now the longer that it's been around, it's grown on me. And I'm like, all right, it could stay.
It has a
stay.
mind of its own.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Anthony without it.
No.
Right? Yeah. So 5 years marriage, we got 2 kids, and man, it's been a journey, babe. I mean, just like us, we started our own personal growth journeys. He's had multiple businesses that he started. I started a couple of my own, and then eventually we were like, well, let's do this business thing together, and we dove into coaching, and so here we are.
What made you decide to do it together? Because you both were doing some businesses by yourselves first.
Yes.
What was the catalyst to join forces?
So we realized that what we were coaching on was so aligned that we're like, why aren't we doing this together? Because it's like double the work trying to do it separately, different businesses, different websites, everything different separately. We're like, why aren't we just doing it together? It made more sense.
Mm-hmm. What's been the best part of doing it together?
I think for me on my end, I think learning more of the business stuff from him, because he was more business savvy than me. I, for one, never thought I would ever be an entrepreneur or enter that space and start a business. And this guy was like all about business. And so he's taught me a lot of things. And I'm just like, well, if there's anybody to go into business with, it's my best friend. It's my husband, because he knows what he's talking about. He does a lot of learning. He does a lot of research, and he's influenced me to do the same. And so I think it's just, we're a good team, like in life. And we're like, if we're a good team in life, we can be a good team in business.
Yeah.
So it definitely has its challenges, but
No doubt.
What's been the biggest challenge so far?
are you looking at me?
So the goods and the bad for me is literally the exact same thing. It's being in business with your wife. just to be blunt. It's way easier. Like she said, you're doing everything together now. So like, we're not trying to do 2 separate things. She's not trying to have her thing. I'm not trying to have my thing. We're not trying to be in the same house in like 2 different corners of the house trying to do something. We're now doing it together. And then it's also the hardest part, as you guys know, being relationship coaches. Like, now you're not just in a relationship with your wife in life in general, you're now also in business too. So as the business goes up, things are great. As the business drops, things aren't great. So how do you
separating the two?
Separate the two, and or just how do you go through life on the ups and downs together, knowing that you're going to have those good days and bad days, and within business, you're doing it together. So it's not like, oh, if I'm only doing business myself, and if business sucks, well, it doesn't affect her because she doesn't know. Well, it affects both of us. So doing I would say the challenges, but also like the enjoyment, like we're doing it together. We're learning things. It's an amazing ride, and it's a lot of fun.
What are some of the things that you guys have kind of leaned on to get through the good days, the bad days? Like you're talking about kind of, because entrepreneurship is a roller coaster.
Yes.
And what are some of the things that you guys have kind of found that grounds you? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For us, and it's one of those things that we kind of coach on a lot, and we tell everybody is you need to have me time. Bre mentions it all the time. It's one of her favorite sayings, but it is literally so good because if you don't have me time, then it adds even more stress to your life. Like if you're not doing something for yourself that you enjoy, that's separate from everything. So it needs to be separate from family. It needs to be separate from business. Even if you like doing things with your family, even if you like doing things with your partner, you still need to find whatever it is yourself, because every single person doesn't like doing everything with their partner. It's life.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you like to play basketball. I like to play hockey. Like, there's certain things that she's just not going to do. And if you're not doing those fun things on your own, you're not replenishing, you're not revitalizing yourself. And it's just going to make the stress even more. One of the things that we're talking about a lot is burnout. And you're going to increase your burnout if you don't focus on yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the practicing of us being present too, and being where our feet are. So like when we're doing business, we're focused on business and we're not trying to think about other things and doing other things. When we're with the family, we're doing family time and we're enjoying where we're at in that moment in time. And I think that's made a big difference for us as well.
Yeah, I love that. I just heard a quote recently. Actually, we just put it in our book. It's everything works. Almost everything in life works when you unplug it, including you.
It's so true. Yeah, there's that reset button. Like, are you using the reset button? Are you just unplugging the computer to let it recharge and reboot, or are you not? Same thing with yourself. I love that. And having that time for yourself is what's going to reboot you, recharge you, and get you ready to go.
Oh, couldn't agree with you more.
100%.
It's actually one of our 5 pillars, one of our 5 commitments to a 200% marriage is the commitment to yourself. Because when your battery is dead, you cannot show up for your spouse, for your kids, for your business, for anybody else. You got to show up for you first so that you can show up for other people. So I love that. I also love the being present, which is, I mean, it's where happiness lives, right? You have to be present in order to experience that joy. And then it helps you create memories that you can look back on and have more fun and enjoyment later by looking back on those memories. But it's not an easy thing to do. And like in society, in the world today, it is hard to be present.
Yes.
Like if you're not super intentional, there's so many distractions. It's go. Like, what do you do to force yourselves to be in that present moment? How do you do it?
Focus. All the focus in the world. We're like, okay, for one, like putting it in our schedule when we're going to be spending quality time together and actually making it quality time and not just, okay, we're in the same room together and we're hanging out, but we're actually focused on being there. And we're like, okay, we've got family time from this time to this time. We are handling business from this time to this time. So let's stay here. And as hard as it is, because especially when you love what you're doing, business comes up all the time. And so there's points where like, we'll make a statement or bring something up, and because it's like relative to what we're doing, and it just like was something that came to mind. We might talk about it for a minute, but then we like move on from it. So I think that's, I don't know.
That's probably been the biggest thing is scheduling it and not forcing it. For me, you guys are probably going to talk throughout your episodes about the animal profiles, but like, as you guys know, because we coach together, is I'm a buffalo. So I am in very much go mode a lot. When I tried to force being present, it never worked. If I tried forcing the family time, it never worked. It's one of those things where I need to basically physically tell myself, hey, at tomorrow or tonight, like when you're with the family, when you're doing this is what you're doing. Like I literally had to put it into my mental schedule or my actual schedule that this is what's going to happen. And you're going to be okay with it because you're doing business before or you're doing business after. That's one of the things actually we've been doing a lot lately is we have our focused family time. We have our dinner time. We have that. And then afterwards, after we put the kids to bed, I will go do business for another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, because in my mind that I'm in go mode, I can take that time away, be present with the family, and then I can jump back into business because I know I'm going to do a little bit more business and I'm going to be okay for the next 30 minutes to an hour or whatever it is. It's when I didn't have that scheduled in, the entire 30 minutes, an hour I'm with my family, I was just thinking about business. I'm thinking, okay, so like if 2 + 2 = 22, and then
calculating it in his
just
brain.
nonstop. So I could not slow down. But me knowing that I can work on my business before, I could be with my family, I can work on it after, and my business and everything's going to be okay, then I was able to relax a lot more.
Yeah, and it keeps you in balance. Like, I love the schedule thing. We talk about it all the time. It's like what's important to you, you put in a schedule so that it gets done. And that way it gives you peace of mind that I've got business time in there. So I now know I can be present and do this for the next hour or 20 minutes, whatever it is, because I know for the next hour after this, I've got, calls or podcasts or whatever. And so I love that. And the other thing is that it really keeps you really present in that moment and being able to recharge, like we were talking about earlier, because if you're in go mode all the time, you're not as productive. Eventually you're going to peter out. But now when you have that schedule and you have that, exactly. And you have that family time, it recharges you. You actually get to be more productive.
Yes.
So that's actually really good. And a point real quick, because you just brought it up, is the creativity, creativity that you have. And so one of my clients, I was actually at one of his events, and somebody else came up to me, and he's a writer, and he was talking about how he loves to write and he enjoys it, but he writes all the time. So I asked him, I said, well, what do you do like for your free time, your break? Well, I just write because I like it so much. I was like, okay, but let me ask you a question. And dove deep real quick, and I said, when is the last time one of your books or something or your copyrights actually like went viral? It took off, like it went really well. He's like, it's been a minute. I said, when's the last time you just stopped writing? Or when's the last time you stopped writing for work? And he's like, that's a very good question. And I was like, your creativity and your creative mind can only go for so long. Like, you need to give it a break. You need to take a step back. And I guarantee you, if you take a step back, then your mind is going to open up. He actually did that, and he reached back out to me, and he didn't write for like, I think 3 days, and he went, played basketball. He did a few other things. He came back and he started writing, like, I forget what he basically said, but he said normally he'll write like 10 pages or so a day. He wrote like 50 pages that next day. Nice. And like his creativity, his mind, everything just blew up because he took a step back, he recharged, and he wasn't in go mode so often. So I love that concept of creativity.
Yeah, it's also like the same principle of why we have our best ideas in the shower or when we're drifting off to sleep, because our brain is relaxed. We're not
forcing it.
It's like the white space of our life.
Forcing it.
Not forcing it. You're in flow, a little bit more flow.
Yeah.
Love that. Talk to us about, like, what is it? What's the big thing you guys are working on? We talked about burnout a little bit. I know that's big on your guys' radar.
I actually want to ask, because I think you guys are both approaching burnout slightly differently, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
You go first.
Yeah. So we realized, and it's something we keep talking about a lot lately, is burnout. And when we first dove into it, I was skeptical at first because, everybody's talking about burnout. It's like burnout this, burnout that, but they're not talking about it in the way we're talking about it. And they're just talking about, oh, burnout is this like huge negative thing. And it's really not this big negative connotation that it has. It's just this thing that is there to teach you and for you to learn. We're all going to be burnt out at some point in our life. It's knowing that when it's coming and what triggers it. So like if you figure that out prior, then it'll help you reduce it from happening and or from it happening so often. Because as you know, as coaches, entrepreneurs, relationship coaches, you're going to get burnt out no matter what. It's going to happen, is knowing it in advance so it doesn't turn into the shaking of this soda bottle and it popping off. All right. Yeah. Maybe it just pops off a little bit, but not to the exuberant time that it normally does. Diving deep into it, we realize that everybody burns out completely different. Everybody has different hormones. Everybody's, structure of their mind, their brain, everything is completely different. So mine is mainly focused on CEOs, entrepreneurs, high performance men that are in go mode 24/7. And knowing that, yes, you got to be in go mode a lot to get to those dreams, those lofty goals. Like, yeah, I want to have, a yacht, private jets and stuff like that. You have to be in go mode. It's just inevitable. But knowing that you could still be in go mode and take those extra hour, 2 breaks, or take that extra time for yourself to recharge, to go back after it for another 7, 10 days. Because there are some guys, some men who can go 14 days, 21 days and have 0 breaks and be fine. And their breaking point is at 21. Cool. Find out where that is. Some, it could be 7 days, it could be 10 days. So finding when that is the key to making sure that you don't full on shake the soda bottle and it pop off way too fast. And then for Bre, she'll elaborate a little bit more in the idea for women, the burnout, completely different, especially for moms and mompreneurs.
Yeah, it's burnout's not a one size fits all. It's different for everybody, as he's talked about. Comparison from like mom entrepreneurs, or just being a woman and doing her thing. There's different levels to it. One thing that I've like focused on, and you've heard me talk a lot about, is like the mindset and the negative self-talk that has such an impact on the burnout. Like I talked about how it's getting you into burnout, and or it's keeping you in burnout and keeping you from getting out, realizing the power it has over you. So it's like, how do you talk to yourself? What are the positive things that you're saying? Are you saying, we have, forget a stupid high percentage of negative thoughts that go through our mind every day.
It's over percent of the thoughts of the human brain,
and are repetitive. So you're like, okay, what are some good things I can say? What's a more optimistic mindset that I can have? Things aren't always as bad as they seem. Like, it could be worse. What's the best thing that can happen? Meredith said that before. What's the best that can happen? What's the best outcome?
And we default to what's the worst that can happen without even thinking about it. So you have to reprogram to what's the best that can happen.
We're such negative creatures, aren't we?
Right?
It goes back to our ancestry days of the fight or flight. So it's all about the negative. And unfortunately, our brains, and we've grown quite a bit from that time, but that's the one thing that has not changed. It has not grown, and we have not broken free from it. It's still there. So true.
Like caveman days.
It is.
I love how you're each approaching it from your own perspectives and helping people like you. But it's almost like you're more than just preventing burnout. You're optimizing performance.
Yes.
Right? Like, because burnout's going to slow you down so hard.
Right.
And so where's your breaking point? But even more than that, like, where is your optimal? Like, you might burn out at 21 days, but if you take a break every 17 or whatever, then you're actually like firing on all cylinders. So it's like, burnout is probably where it starts, but really you're optimizing the performance of all these leaders. It's really cool.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And knowing that is going to help your business also grow that much faster. So if you even just look at your business, and this is going to be all businesses, there is a time in the year where it lulls or you start dropping, or it could be every 21 days, every month. Why is it dropping at these certain time periods? Well, are your employees working too hard? Are they not doing what you're saying? Do they get tired? Do they get lethargic? Do you have employee turnover? Like, what is it? So that's one of the things that I'm talking with one of my main CEO clients is, well, we got to tap into yourself, but you also need to tap into your executive team. What are they doing? And are they following suit as well? And being able to teach the CEO of how to optimize themselves, and then how they can optimize their team as well. So that way it's a top-down approach. One of the key concepts we talk about all the time is your toddlers or your dog, they're all going to emulate you. So me being a canine handler, it all flows down the leash. So it's the same thing with the business. It flows down. So how is the CEO acting? Is he acting burnt out? Is the CEO acting like it's doomsday? Or is he acting optimistic like Bre likes to talk about it? Does he have his own affirmations? Does he see that the entire building's on fire, but there's a small portion of the building that's not? And is he optimistic about that? His entire team is going to resonate based off of what he says. So that's why I really like to focus on that idea of don't have that burnout, be more present, and understand your feelings as well as your team members.
Love it.
Which essentially leads right into what Bre was talking about from her perspective with the mompreneurs and the women demographic. I love that you get at the self-talk and like the negative self-talk. Like, it's so pervasive.
Such an epidemic in the world of unworthiness.
Yeah. It's sad.
Wild.
It's absolutely heartbreaking, and which is why I'm so excited to be doing what I'm doing. Because like I want to be that piece of change in the world. Of all the changes that we can make in the world, like I want to be that piece of change, because helping men and women shift their mindset in such a way that makes them realize that I am worthy. I can do hard things, and I do deserve this. It just opens up the doors of opportunity to them and changing their lives one step at a time. It's all starting with a choice.
Yeah, I love that you guys are coming from your own lived experience and being able to turn around and take my hand. I've got you. I've been
Yeah.
I've been where you are. I've been through this. Take my hand. Let's go. And showing them the path.
And I think the beautiful part about that part, Bre, that you just talked about, especially because you're talking to moms, when you can get moms work with their mindset and their burnout and their negative self-talk and their worthiness and transform them and their mindset, to Anthony's point that it flows down the leash, which is to dogs, and I'm thinking about kids, but my sister used to be on a leash at the mall.
It flows out to the children.
Close to the kids, right? Like
Totally.
that was one of the things that I did not see coming when we started to do relationship coaching, was the impact it had on kids. When the parents' relationship transforms, the role model kids have for the relationship they deserve completely changes. And so I didn't see that coming, but it's the same for you. Like, you're actually like changing those kids' lives by changing how the mom talks to herself, which is incredible.
It's that ripple effect.
Yeah.
It's that ripple effect. And then you also listen to the kids, listen to how you speak to yourself, and then they think that that's how they should speak to themselves. So if you're talking to yourself in a negative way, I read something a while ago about how a mom was judging herself by the way she looked in the mirror with her outfit or whatever. She's like, I look thick, or this isn't, and then her daughter said something and thought the same thing of herself in the mirror. And then when the mom caught that, she was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
That sucks. That hurts.
Yeah.
Realizing that, this is the way I've been talking to myself, and now it's being reflected in my daughter, and I don't want her to think those things about her. So why am I thinking those things about myself? Why don't we show her I love me. I love my body. I love who I am. And then she learns to reflect that in herself.
Yeah. So it's such a cool legacy to leave, is that not only have you helped that person, but you've helped that family, and then that family, who knows, those kids go on and they, you've changed the trajectory of generations.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool thing. And it's not easy work. Like, what you guys do is incredibly challenging work. First of all, you have to do the work on yourself, and then you have to help others to bring out their greatness and see and help them along the journey. What got you into personal growth? Because we talked a little bit about how you got into business and kind of joined forces, but what made you choose this path? Because it's not easy. Like, how did you get into personal growth?
It's definitely heavy on your heart and your mind, but as we've learned that they work together as a team. And I think just seeing the outcome of the work that we've done on ourselves and done as a couple collectively, and seeing the potential, the true potential that we didn't see before, and realizing the possibilities that are out there when you do the deep work on yourself. And like, if we can learn to do it ourselves, we can teach others to do the same and reap the benefits of it. Like, it's been life-changing for us. It's been life-changing for us. Like, doors of opportunity opened up. We're meeting more incredible individuals, that are also doing businesses. And there's some people we found that we're more alike with than not, and are aligned in a number of ways. And, I think it's been really cool. And that's why I've really enjoyed doing what we're doing.
It's awesome.
So has there been a time when either your marriage impacted your business or your business impacted your marriage? Time, I'm sure there's been 100, but is there one story you'd be willing to share?
And how'd you get through it?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So I would say the biggest one, and it's a challenge every single day, especially within our coaching. And you guys also are coached by, the amazing Dr. Greg Kimball. He talks a lot about don't coach your spouse. He says it all the time, right? It's one of his biggest things that he says. Unfortunately, when you know a lot more about business than your partner, who's also your wife, unfortunately, you have to break that golden rule at times. So for us, I would say me breaking that golden rule is usually, I've realized actually, and it's been 9-day different, is I can't wait until a breaking point. So like that burnout for me with business, or that breaking point where I'm like, oh no, I'm going to explode or something like that. I need to either coach her or teach her on certain business things that we need to do earlier rather than waiting. Because if we wait and I don't tell her anything, then I almost have like that.
Then he gets snappy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you guys talk about that in relationships, if you're holding something back and you're not communicating, then you're upset with them and they don't even know you're upset,
It
type of
starts
thing.
creating
And it
resentment.
starts creating resentment. It starts creating all these issues. So I was doing that within our business. Is I'm like, okay, this needs to get done. This needs to get done. Well, these aren't getting done, so I'm just going to do it, type of thing. And going back and forth, I realized that it just creates those blow-ups, and they're not even big blow-ups for us. Like we very rarely argue, and it's not even blow-ups. It's more just like, all right, I'm exhausted. I need you to do this. It's like that's literally our blow-up. But instead of getting to that point, one of the biggest things that we do, and you guys talk about it a lot as well, is we just communicate a lot more. So I guess I don't even call them like coaching sessions. They're more just communication sessions.
No, I think thankful. And I'm thankful and grateful for the work that we've done on ourselves and learned about like better communication skills, how we communicate with ourselves and how we communicate with each other. Our communication is way, way better than I think it's ever been. I mean, obviously we've done a lot of work, and we're still doing work, like learning how we're responsible for how we communicate and how someone's taking it on the other end. Like, okay, this isn't working. We need to shift something to make it work. So that way the person on the other end is more receptive of the conversations that we're having.
What I love, what I'm hearing is that each of you are taking responsibility for your kind of your stuff and coming into the relationship, having, taking care of the individual stuff. So now that we're more evolved as humans, as individuals, that now we can now work on the relationship and the communication piece. I love it.
And you're taking full responsibility in what you say and how it's landing. So I might be saying what I think I'm saying over and over again, but if I keep saying it over and over again and Anthony's not picking it up, it's still my responsibility to try and communicate it in a way to help Anthony understand it. So I love that you guys are each taking 100% responsibility, which, 200% marriage, 200% responsibility, the 200% marriage is the title of the book. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
I love it.
Exactly.
Shameless plug. Yes.
So you guys also have a podcast. Talk to us about your podcast, because we've been on your podcast and we've listened to your podcast, and it is an amazing podcast. So tell the listeners what your podcast is all about.
Go for it, babe.
Yeah. So for us, and we're so excited that you guys are interviewing people now too, is we talked about literally having a podcast for a year. So if you personally are listening to this podcast and you thought about having a podcast, you know what you should do is you should put up your cell phone and just start recording yourself and upload it as a podcast. Like, stop waiting. You don't need any fancy equipment. Like, this stuff is not the most expensive microphones. They look nice. They aren't. The headphones, not the most expensive. They just look nice. The software, not that expensive these days. There is AI that will redo all of your videos into it, make it super nice. So we decided after like a year of talking about it, to finally do it. A year, way too long. And we titled it the Infinite Gold Podcast. And it has to do with the infinity model that we coach on, that you guys also coach on, and gold for Goldners, and then podcast for podcast. One of the things we just realized is it's one of those communication things that we were focusing on, is we realized that we are not marketing it well. And if you, an outsider looking in, like, what does that mean? So we recently changed it, and Bre came up with the word that we exchanged it with. So I'll give her full credit of it and explain why we changed it and what we changed it to.
Yeah, we changed it to Infinite Gold Life. And because that's a lot of like what we're coaching on, and it has to do with life stuff. So we talk about the infinity model and the 4 pillars of life. So it's not just, infinite gold business or infinite gold love or whatever. It's infinite gold life, because we're talking about all the life things. We're talking about your personal stuff in life. We're talking about your vitality in life, your professional, and your community in life. It's as a whole. And so we just figured, it's more niched down, if you will, and it makes a little bit more sense, and it gives a little bit more context to what it is that we talk about and what we coach on. So that's where we kind of came up with Infinite Gold Life.
Yeah, so on Tuesdays, we have all guest appearances, and there's guests in those 4 areas as experts. And we literally talk about the infinite gold life. So if you're listening and you're struggling with certain aspects of your life, and you want that gold standard life, come listen to our show. And then on Fridays, we just throw some fire at you, and we apologize. We've been very good with this episode, but if you don't like cussing, don't listen to our Friday episodes. There is cussing. It was funny at the very beginning. We're not terrible,
but we're not completely filtered either.
There's going to be
because it allows us to be
authentic.
Yes,
it's who we
more
are.
authentic. We're showing up as ourselves, and what people are missing these days are authenticity.
Yeah. So our Friday
do well.
episodes, we get real with you. So we're going to talk about, like our last couple episodes, we're talking about burnout. We're literally talking about your hormones, why your hormones are affecting it, how men are different than women. It's this weird thing. I know life is up and down right now, but it is different. Our hormones and everything are different. The way we act, the way we think is 100% different. And then we'll just give you real, like, are you not working towards your goals? We're going to tell you, you need to work towards your goals. We're going to give you some tactics, some tools, some things to help you get to where it is that you want to get to. So thank you for bringing it up. Shameless plug, the Infinite Gold Life.
Yeah.
If you want your life whooped, join the Goldners on Fridays.
There it is.
Woo!
That's exactly it.
I love it.
And then Tuesdays, like you guys, we're on our Tuesdays episodes. We bring in amazing experts.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. And also all aboard with the occasional curse word.
Oh, yeah.
If people don't like that, they're not going to like our book either.
Yeah.
I like it.
There's
We're
an-
so excited for that to come out. I
There's
know.
a little bit in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's going to be different. It's a different book than I think most people are expecting.
It's not your typical relationship book.
I'm ready. I'm ready. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I was wondering, so going back to the business impacts the marriage impacts the business. You have seemed to have settled into a bit of a rhythm. Like you've smoothed some of the edges over time. What's one really practical thing? Like a really practical habit, a really practical rhythm, a really practical something that you guys do that keeps that smooth, that keeps the friction kind of down to a bare minimum?
Fun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Love
I
it.
love that answer.
I knew
Fun.
you were going to like it.
Yeah.
You
Let's
talked
go.
about it
Turning
on
the mundane into the fundane,
We
like
talked about it.
we've talked about with you guys, and just enjoying each other and enjoying life.
we only have one life. Literally, there is a time where we may not be here. There's going to be a time where, unfortunately,
We don't know when
especially-
our time is up.
yeah, and especially with
Right.
what I do for work right now, it literally could be any day, unfortunately. So one of the things that we focus on is we're always, especially as a society right now, we're always vision like in the future, this. And I'll be honest, I've been there and I still go through those moments. Being more present has enabled us to have that fun, have that laughter, do stupid things like run around the house. Like if kids aren't home, have some fun. Like do what you normally do.
Kids are gone. Hey, what are you doing?
If the kids are asleep, taking advantage of being a couple before you were married, before you
Yeah.
had kids. Like if you can go back to those times when you were doing the stupid things, you were like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it on her. Like, or just like, whatever it is, like back to like you guys talk about it. She's in the kitchen. I walk by. She's wearing yoga pants. What is a guy going to do? He's going to do it. And it has to happen. If you don't do it, what's like, we talked about, are you even married? Like, are you guys, so it's like getting back to stuff like that and doing it on a consistent basis, even while
keeping
in
the
the
love
office.
alive, keeping the intimacy alive.
Yeah. Like we'll do a podcast episode and then we'll screw around right after, or we'll screw around right before and we'll play around. Like having fun is literally the pill for everything. You feel burnt out, go have some fun. You have issues with this, go have fun. Like it'll solve your entire problems.
Science and statistics say that it's good for you.
Yeah, they do.
Totally.
It says
Have
it.
more sex, people.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I'll say it. There, I said it. Have more sex, people.
Nice work,
Yeah.
Bree.
Sex and fun. Maybe in bed. Let's
There
go.
Sevens.
it is. Sevens.
Oh,
So,
that's great. I love that going back to what we started the podcast with, right? Being present. If you're not living in that moment where your feet are right now,
Mhm.
you can't have fun. It's literally impossible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's
It
no
holds you
happiness.
back.
There's no
Mhm.
fun. There's no happiness if you're not right here, right now. And to your point, Anthony, so many people, all of us included at some point, have been living in the future, like in that anxiety, in
Mhm.
that worry, in that what if, in that all those things. And if you're living in the future, you can't live in
Nope.
the present.
You're missing out on the present.
Exactly. So you don't make any memories when you live in the future. You only
Yep.
get to make memories when you live in the present. And then
Mhm.
one thing we've kind of had an epiphany about in the last couple of months is, so obviously we want to live in the present, not in the future. But if you live for the present, you're always sacrificing what you ultimately want for what you feel like right now. And so Bre, you're in the 8-week transformation with us. One of the things required for that is discipline and living for the future, like future you wants you to get up and do all those silly pull-ups today. Present me did not want to do all of those silly pull-ups today, but future me wanted me to do them. So it seems like the trick is living in the present so you can have the fun and feel the happiness and make the memories, but live for the future so that you can ultimately get where you want to go with the yachts and the jets and all the things.
Yeah.
That's so good. I mean, one of the things too is that I'll do is, and I think Kayla posted it in our group, is like, what would your future self tell you? Or what does your future self want you to know? So like, because for me, I'm a Buffalo. I want things to happen. Literally, I wanted it to happen yesterday. Yeah. So for me, my future self tells me, wait it out, buddy. It's going to happen. Wait it out, buddy. It's going to happen. But by me doing that, that allows me to not necessarily focus on the future so much. Like, yes, we focus on the future. Like, I need to make these sales. I need to do these things. I need to go after these people. I need to talk to these people. Like, that's all future stuff. Yes. And I loved how you mentioned for that, but being present. So right now I can tell myself it's going to happen. It's going to work out well. We're going to work for it. But we're here right now, and we'll handle what we have to handle right now.
I love it. That's awesome.
You guys have a mastermind. Talk to us a little bit about the mastermind, because it's in California.
Yep.
Southern California.
Yep.
Yeah.
Infinite Gold Mastermind. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So we are located in Southern California. We are the Infinite Gold Mastermind. We are the California branch of the Final Percent. And again, it's what we talked about. What we talk about in our podcast are the 4 pillars of life and the infinity model. And gosh, I mean, community itself, I think is one thing that I'm like super drawn to, and is what's made us start Infinite Gold, because we wanted to replicate what TFP was doing for us, the kind of community that was created, and we wanted to bring that out to California and bring more like-minded individuals into such a space.
One of the things, exactly. And one of the things we realized from joining the Final Percent, and just me prior to the Final Percent, all the communities that I used to be part of, is either a community can completely draw you down and leave you for dust, or a community could really supercharge things. So knowing that there's so many communities and there's so many people out there, so many gurus out there that are just taking money from people and just screwing people over, we thought we're like, well, the Final Percent's obviously not that community. That's what we're part of. What if we have our own Final Percent in California, where we're doing the same thing that the Final Percent is? We're having an open hand principle, an open hand policy, which I know you guys coach on it as well. And it's being open to helping others as well as being open to receiving the help. So we obviously received the help from the Final Percent a lot. So now our turn is opening our hands to assist anybody else that's in Southern California, or honestly anywhere in the world that needs our assistance, that needs help with burnout, needs help with the CEO mindset, that needs help, that's a mom, wants to be a mompreneur, or that maybe there's a mom out there who lost her identity because she's now had kids and she doesn't know if she should be working, she should be a mom, she should be doing both. Like, if you're that person, then reach out to us, because we're here to help you. We're here to have that open hand, and we have our group coaching for that. And that's what the Infinite Gold Mastermind is. And then we also do our one-on-one coaching through the Infinite Gold Legacy. We keep that Infinite Gold name going around.
Keep it on brand.
We have our website. We have our website, infinitegoldlegacy.com. I almost forgot my own website there.
Well, we've been changing a lot of
things.
We've changed a lot of things. Because we were raising our awareness of what wasn't working and what needs to change. So we made a lot of shifts and constant changes in some things. And we're like, okay, this wasn't working. We need to change this. And so that's where the names and the websites and all the things were coming into play.
But if you need a gold standard in your life, come to us. We got you.
That's it. And the only constant in entrepreneurship is change. Right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Nothing stays the same.
Nothing.
I mean, you guys talk about in the road to life, right? On the roads of life, there are different paths you can take. You may be going down one path, and then Siri says you should probably turn around because you went the wrong way.
Turn left.
And then you could be like, no, I'm an entrepreneur. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to continue going down. And it keeps saying, turn left, turn left, turn left. And then you're like, maybe I should turn left. Maybe I should change
my own road.
Yeah, I'll create my own road.
Good luck.
But on your road to life, sometimes it's bumpy, right? Sometimes you're going through the construction zone. Sometimes you're going through the Autobahn and it's smooth and it's nice. And the next you know, there's dust and there's this and there's that. So we love that you guys talk about, the road of life and the 200% marriage, because there's going to be times when the road is rough. There's going to be times when your marriage is rough. So what are you doing? Are you, instead of driving down that road, are you changing? Or do you do what Greg says and say, well, this is a bumpy road. Let's get into the Jeep, and now we're going to take the Jeep. Changing
adventures.
Changing the way you do things based on what's happening, rather than just saying, "Oh, this sucks," and just stopping.
Yeah. Sit here in the shit together.
Yeah, like we're not doing that. We're not here for that.
No.
So where are you guys headed? So let's say like 3 to 5 years from now, what's the big goals for
where are we at?
Team Goldner, for marriage, for business? Like what's his life look like in 5 years?
Go ahead.
Well, our dream is actually, we've talked about this since the day that we met. We eventually want to move out of California, and we want to buy some land. We want our own build out our own ranch, and we want to build out basically our own barn area where we can host our own retreats and those kinds of events, and bringing people together from our community to do our coaching, to do our mentorship, and building our community, growing our legacy, and sharing that with those that we're helping.
Mm-hmm.
And to help
That's
others.
Awesome. And a barn probably makes rolling the hay pretty good. Pretty easy.
Yes. There would definitely be some hay rolling.
Yes. There'll definitely be some horses on the ranch. That is for sure.
All the things that we love in life that we want to share with others.
That's cool. What part of the world do you want that ranch to be in if you want to leave California?
It would be the Midwest somewhere.
We're
not full on set stone in any one place.
We're still scoping.
Yeah. We're still scoping it out, but it'll be somewhere.
Love it.
Yeah, it's part of the fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So where's the best place for people to get in touch with you, or, spend some time in your world? Where should they go?
You can find us on Instagram. I'm at Bre Goldner.
And then I'm at Anthony D. Goldner, and you can actually get that for both of those. You can get that throughout TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. We're on all of those platforms.
Yep.
On YouTube, it's our podcast, so the Infinite Gold Life. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. And then there's also the Instagram for that, TikTok for that as well. And then our website is infinitegoldlegacy.com. From there, you can get your free burnout quizzes, your free burnout guides. We also have a course on there as well, which is an ultimate package to help you with your burnout, help you with your routines, help you to get fit, and then a full 175-page workbook to really help you dive deep into those 4 pillars of the Infinity model. And we're on all of those. You can book free calls with us. You can DM us. We're an open book. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we'll have all of those links in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. You dropped, shall we say, gold.
Yes.
And we are so appreciative and honored that you were able to make the time to be on the podcast. And we love you more.
We love you guys, and take care.
Thank you so much for having us,
Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Road of Life podcast. Remember, your business will only grow as strong as your marriage does.
So what's one action you're going to take this week to put something you learned in this episode into practice? Because we love a good chit chat as much as the next person does. But without action, stay where you are.
If you want to turn your marriage into the engine that drives your business forward, instead of the brakes keeping it stuck, book a free marriage and business strategy session with us at 200percentmarriage.com/strategy call.
We'll see you next week.
Road of life, yes, you're on.